And it is just about time for Monday Night Football. What's good, everybody? Welcome into DTL Primetime Live. Me and the crew, best in the business. We are here every single NFL primetime night. It's been quite the weekend in the NFL. We'll talk all about it. We get set for Monday Night Football. We have straight bets. We have prop bets. We've got tailgating stuff if you want to make that as well. We've got key matchups of key players. A.J. Brown is out tonight. We're going to break down the quarterbacks in the no-fly zone. So much to get to. But if you're brand new to us here on Stadium, so glad to be with this partnership. We're also live in the mornings every weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for a full hour. Do not forget, this is our schedule. I'm telling you, we are busy. And I can't thank the crew enough on behalf of me and AB, just getting all this content out to all of you. And you guys are making our live shows absolutely pop as of late. But we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to get to. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a little segment we like to call The Picks. For those of you watching on our YouTube page, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button on your way in every single time. It really helps the show grow. I got three of my absolute very best today. My partner, AB, is here. My numbers guy, Raphael, is here. And playing a little hurt tonight, my man from Memphis, Tennessee, DG, is here. Are you feeling any better, DG?
We're good, Coach. We're good. We're powering through it. It's Monday Night Football. Couldn't miss.
Okay, you're damn right. Tonight, Monday Night Football, we're going to get to in a second, is in Philadelphia, the Falcons and the Eagles. But, AB, I got to start with this because today a lot of information came down that's absolutely going to affect things moving forward after just 2 weeks. Let's start with what just came down about an hour ago. The 49ers already without Christian McCaffrey for several weeks. Now they're going to miss their other stud, Deebo Samuel, for several weeks. They go to the Rams next week. And the Rams found out just a short while ago, Cooper Kupp could go on the IR, already missing Puka Nacua. How big are these injuries in these West Coast teams, AB?
They're brutal, and especially for the 49ers because they deal with this every single year. I swear there's not a team more cumulatively injured than the San Francisco 49ers. The good thing is that they've got pieces, all right? So they'll be okay there. The biggest question is their defense. Where in the world did that go when they traveled to Minnesota? So as long as their defense shows up, they'll be all right.
By the way, did anybody notice that referee that was running on the Justin Jefferson 97-yard touchdown? That was one of the most insane things I've ever seen. Wow. He might have been faster than Justin Jefferson. I think he was. DG, let me come over to you because the 49ers were the betting favorite preseason to go back to the Super Bowl and meet the Chiefs. Now at 1-1, they're like limping into week 3, and the only saving grace for them is that the Rams are worse off.
Yep, Jeff's 17 weeks, and so I don't think it's too much you got to worry about just yet, especially early in the season. They're going to get CMC back at some point. They're going to get a little bit healthier, but a lot of these teams are going to have injuries, especially early on in the season. It's all about can their backups power through. So I think it's very early season, 17 games. I think they'll be all right.
All right, Raphael, I know this absolutely affects betting lines, props, futures, all of that. How do you look at these injuries for the Rams and the 49ers?
For the Rams, us four can probably be on their offensive line because their offensive line is just shredded to shreds. So I think the Rams are probably in worse shape than anyone in the league. 49ers, you're going to see a lot of under bets on team total. All the offensive numbers will probably be under bets. So you look for that. The odds makers will adjust. But I just think the Rams are in worse shape right now than anyone in the NFL, especially with that offensive line.
Another injury just announced. The Chiefs are going to be without Isaiah Pacheco out 68 weeks. He's got a fibula injury. They're going to go after apparently the guy that can play football forever. Kareem Hunt could come back to Kansas City. But, AB, we got our first bench quarterback of the new NFL season. Bryce Young, the former #1 pick, benched in Carolina for Andy Dalton. The Panthers go to the Raiders. What do you make of this decision?
This is an organization that doesn't know what it's doing. Honestly, Bryce Young is the best player on that team. All right. I know that his numbers don't look it, but he's the best player that's on that team. Andy Dalton will do fine under pressure because that's what he's had his entire career. But the problem is that you have an owner that's a hedge fund manager that somehow has decided he's making football decisions. And this is a statistical fact, it is not hyperbole. since the day David Tepper bought the Carolina Panthers, they've been the worst team in the NFL record-wise, and there's a reason for that. Stay in your lane, dude. You write checks.
Stay in your lane. You are not a football guy. And when non-football guys try to make decisions, this is what happens. And DG, my son actually asked me yesterday, he goes, Dad, have the Panthers ever been good? I said, it was a long time ago, son, but yes, they used to be good. But this is an awful situation. And as if his confidence wasn't already on the floor, Bryce Young, how is he feeling today?
He has to be devastated because, listen, I know they're terrible, and I know that the sky is falling out there in Carolina, but like benching your best talent, the potential best player on your team, it doesn't make sense. I understand all of this is maybe you're looking at this team as, hey, they're not going to be good. We're going to see if we can get something, a shot in the arm early in the season. Bro, this ain't it. This ain't it at all. This is setting them back years and years and years. They weren't going to win with him. They're not going to win without him. I just think it's going to set them back 3 to 4, even more years than they already were. It's bad.
And they're in a division where you've got the Buccaneers that look great. You got the Saints that look great. You got the Falcons that some people think are going to be pretty good. So the Panthers, it's going to be a long, long year for you. All right, let's switch gears and look forward to tonight. And Raphael, I'm going to start with you because we got numbers all over the board as far as how much and where the money is coming in from. According to DraftKings, the number is still sitting at 5.5. If you like the Falcons on the money line, it's at plus 200. The total is sitting at 45.5. Raphael, start us off.
Yeah, it's all fly, Eagles fly tonight. About 90% now of the money coming in on the Eagles. So everyone's picking Eagles and over, Eagles and over. There's only one sportsbook, ESPN Bet, that has 79% of money coming in on the Eagles. Everyone else is 85 or higher. DraftKings 90, floating around 90%. So I think it's going to be continue to be that Eagles fly all over tonight's board. So the books don't really care who wins tonight because they're sitting with a bunch of cash right now.
And we'll get to the no-fly zone, and we'll get to the quarterback comparison. But, AB, I think part of the reason everybody is betting on the Eagles tonight is nobody trusts Kirk Cousins. Nobody trusts this offense that against a really good defense in week 1 only scored 10 points. Your take?
The other thing alongside with that, because you're right, is that the Philadelphia Eagles, when they're playing at their best, they're arguably the best team in the NFL. They can play with anyone right now. Doesn't mean that we're going to get that tonight. And I do think the Falcons are going to be a pretty good football team, better than what we've seen the last few years. But yes, I mean, it's because of you just read Philadelphia and you understand all of the talent that they have on that team, both offensively and defensively. But this team's a little different than we were last year. That being said, the end of last year, it was horrific, right? Because they just had no locker room. It was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, that's why. But the same thing we said last night. I mean, Houston ended up, handling its business, but Chicago stayed in there. They played better than people gave them credit for.
It was a sweat at the end. I think a lot of people thought Chicago was either going to win the game on that last drive or at least cover, but it came home right on the 6th. Now, DG, when I think of the atmosphere tonight in Philadelphia, my goodness, the Falcons are going to be playing against a home opener, a team that's already won against Green Bay. And if they win tonight, they could already have an early lead in the NFC East. I know it's only week 2, but it's still a lead over all 3 teams. This is going to be a big hill to climb for the Falcons.
I think the Eagles want to come out and get started early. I know y'all talked a lot about that on the early show today. And they want to get out, and start it early. But if they don't, that's where I can see Atlanta creeping their way back into it. Because if you give a team that shouldn't be there, like the Falcons, they are not as good as the Eagles. I think everybody understands that. That's why the money is on the Eagles tonight. But if you look at that, a little confidence goes a long way. I think the Eagles want to get started early. And if they do, I think they run away with it. But if for some reason we see a little bit of a slow start, I think we could see the Falcons make this a game by halftime. And then at that point, who knows what could happen.
It's all hands on deck and could be a good live betting situation too. All right, let's get to our best bets. And on this show, if you're new to DTL Primetime Live, we do the straight bets here. And then later, right after the bottom of the hour, we'll get to all of our prop bets. AB, I want to start with you because you think tonight the Eagles offense is going to come out early and score often. Talk to me.
I do. I believe that the Eagles team total over 26.5 at plus 100 is a good way to go. I like Philadelphia. Look, they'll kick field goals, but they also go for fourth downs. All right. That's what I like about them is that they're aggressive and that they want to put points on the board. That's why I like them. Now you look right under it. Eagles, Falcons, both of them to lose a fumble. Plus 140, plus 135. You're probably wondering, what about the no-fly zone? What is this, the runway over here? Look, both of these teams are going to have to run the football, and I think both of these defenses are going to do everything they can to take that away from them. Not to mention, you have a quarterback in Kirk Cousins. If you hit him, he will drop the football. He's shown it his entire career. He ain't running, Hoss. He'll drop it right there on the floor, and the Eagles can do that as good as anybody else. Plus, if the Eagles get up in this game, they're going to be running the football a lot in the second half. That leads to fumbles as well. All three of those at plus money, man. Let's get it.
Jalen Hurts has a history of, even late when they have big leads, of letting the ball hit the ground. It's weird. It's a weird thing. So I like both of those plays at plus money. So even if one hits, we make money. Love both, but one hits, we make money. Now, the Z-Man from the morning show, he also agrees with you. He likes the over tonight, even though the trend has been primetime unders. And as we showed you right now at DraftKings, it's 45.5. He had it 46 this morning. But, shop around, see what your books has it. But that's kind of the consensus number. Now, DG, let me come over to you. You like the first quarter for both teams to get on the board, yes?
I think that this game could definitely be a slow starter, but as we've seen, these kickers can kick from 50 plus with ease now. You're talking about two guys in Young Ho Koo and Jake Elliott who are very, very good, and AB is right. The Eagles definitely go for it on fourth down a lot, but I think early in the game, you can see them maybe go ahead and take the point. So all we need them to do is get to close to the 40-yard line. Both these teams cash in 3+. This is too easy, is it not? Like, what are we doing here? 3+ points? I like it.
Well, I know that last night, me and Raphael were sweating out that first quarter, and who was it? It was the Texans that scored on the first play of the second quarter. You couldn't do that on the last play of the first, but hey, at least I've let it go. Raphael, what do you got tonight, big boy?
I like the Falcons team total over 20.5 plus a nickel. I think we're going to see a lot of points. Two books just moved it back to 46. So that tells me the betting public right now is betting it over. And I think we're going to see points scored. I think the run game is going to be effective from both. And I think the slants and screenplays on both sides of the ball are going to be effective. So that's why I liked the Falcons to score. And I know they only scored 10 points last week, but last time I checked, the Steelers defense is not playing tonight. So I see the Falcons putting up some points on the board. And then my last one, both teams have scored 20+ points at +3 nickels. I love me some nickels, and I love me some +3 nickels on this one. I think it's around 26-20 type of game. It goes over, so I'm going to take the plus. Both teams scoring 20 points, getting that plus money to cash early.
AB, let me ask you this, because normally a lot of coaches like to plan out their first 15 plays, and it doesn't always translate to what they're going to do the rest of the game. What do you think will be the game plan for both teams coming out of the gate tonight?
The Falcons are going to use Bijan Robinson very early in this game. And you look at the Eagles, I'll tell you exactly what their script is going to look like because they do the same thing every single time, first and second drives. What they're going to do is open it up with Saquon. Then they'll use Jalen Hurts on the ground to run it, either right end or left end, all right? The reason that they do that is to see exactly where your defense is. Are you playing back? Are you playing forward? If you are playing back, they'll run it again and again and again until you move up. And then Jalen Hurts will throw it 65 yards to try to hit you deep. That's what they do. They love doing it, and it's smart. They test you and to see, you got to choose one. You playing back or you playing up? And I love the way that the Eagles offense does it. Also, if you see Jalen Hurts run for a first down anytime tonight, watch out what happens next.
Oh, we're going to talk all about it still to come. We've got Stadium Eats. We've got key matchups. And the no-fly zone is next with AB. We're live on Stadium prior to Monday Night Football. We're back. We continue on here on YouTube for all of you OGs and you degenerates out there. And AB, I know we've got a little parlay tonight courtesy of DraftKings. Let's start on the Falcons side. What do we got?
We will. And all new customers, all right, bet $5, get $250 instantly in bonus bets and 1 month of NFL Plus Premium using promo code Combine. Help the fam out here. All right, so the Falcons side, first one, we've got Falcons plus 5.5. Bijan Robinson, anytime TD, Kirk Cousins, 175 plus passing yards, plus 225. Second, Falcons plus 5.5. Kyle Pitts, anytime TD. And again, Kirk Cousins, 175 in the air, plus 500. And then look at this, plus 950. Falcons to win the game, Bijan Robinson, anytime TD, and Cousins to throw for 250 plus 950. Coach, which way are you going?
Man, I'm going to go plus 500, not just because it's a nice number, AB, but I think Kyle Pitts, if anybody scores tonight, he scores tonight. Now, I hope he doesn't score the first one because somebody that I know has him in the gym a little bit later on. I'll take the plus 500.
All right. Raphael, you love parlays. Where are you going?
Oh, I'm swinging for the fences, giving it plus 950 to Falcons money line. Kirk Cousins plus 250 passing yards. Yes, I know it's Monday Night Football's 3-10, but he has won 3 of his last 4 Monday Night Football games. Give me the plus 950.
DG, give us the Memphis pick. What are we going?
If you give me plus 275 more just to get a touchdown from Kyle Pitts, the former Florida Gator, I have to go with Coach here at plus 500. The Falcons plus 5.5. Kyle Pitts, a TD, and Kirk Cousins. Man, that one I love the most out of all the ones we've done so far on any show. I love this one the most.
I do too. Like, that's the way that I'm going. I love the 500 because I think Cousins is going to have to get 175. He's going to have to do it. Plus 5.5 could be a low scoring game. You get that. And then Pitts, man. I'm with you. 500.
2 reasons I hate it. A, I'm on the Eagles tonight. B, I don't want to celebrate anything with DG. That's for damn sure. So that's my pick. But secretly, I hope that it doesn't hit. I can't wait for the Eagles parlays coming up in our next break at the bottom of the hour. All right, we are back live on Stadium in 5 seconds. Welcome back to DTL Primetime Live, everybody. We are simulcast on YouTube, but also on our incredible partners at Stadium. You can find us on Prime Video. Got it on the big TV right next to me. YouTube TV, Roku TV, wherever you find Stadium, the Stadium app, watchstadium.com. You will find DTL also every single weekday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We are the only sports and sports betting show that has a 5-star chef as part of the crew. And last night, Sunday Night Football was in Houston, and my man Seabass whipped up a little something for you.
Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Stadium Eats, and this time we are in Houston. Now, NRG Stadium, a smorgasbord of food options. I mean, you have everything from James Beard award-winning restaurants all the way down to your little taco stands. Now, trying to figure out what to do this week for a tailgate that you can do at home that's nice and easy. Well, we're going to kind of combine the two. We're going to do some barbacoa, or shredded meat, if you will. And in a nod to Houston and their barbecue scene, we're going to be using some brisket. We're going to start by seasoning our brisket. We're going to need some salt, pepper, dried oregano, thyme, and especially cumin. Make sure you get both sides and pat that in. Crock pot, high setting. You can find the list of all the ingredients on my YouTube page, along with some other great recipes for all of your tailgate parties. Go ahead, leave that for about 4 hours on the high setting. Once it's done, we'll go ahead and shred that up till it's nice and fine like this. Remove the juices from the crock pot. We're going to go ahead and blend that up till it's nice and smooth. This is going to make the perfect sauce for our barbacoa. Go ahead, put everything back in the crock pot, set that on low, and let your guests go at it. You can use this for really anything. I chose to make tacos today, and man, these things were so good. And that's how you do barbacoa. Now, I did this on some tacos, but you can do this on anything. Rice, eat it on its own. It's so flavorful and tasty. Oh. Until the next dish, y'all.
Why does he always keep the video on till he has it dripping down his chin? And Kevin says AB is enjoying this like myself. Can somebody check on AB to make sure he's still in his seat? AB, are you good? You good over there?
Yeah, I mean, look, I need Seabass to just take that whole crock pot, just dump it in one of them big envelopes and mail it over here to Nashville, man. We need some of that.
Oh, my God. Stadium Eats. I love that new segment from my man Seabass. All right, it's time to compare the two gunslingers tonight. Here is what they look like. I love this quarterback chart that AB cooks up every single show. Kirk Cousins and Jalen Hurts at 2 different times of their careers. And AB, Kirk Cousins got maybe the most shocking contract of all time, $180 million, all of it guaranteed, coming off Achilles, and he looked slow in week 1. What do you make of their season so far after one game?
Well, I don't think he played terrible, right? He didn't play great, but you see it right there. I mean, these are both quarterbacks after one game. Threw for 155, 61.5% completion percentage, 1 TD, 2 INTs. Look, those numbers will get better. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, but the problem is this, is that if you don't have a run game and if Philly takes that away, Kirk Cousins could be in serious trouble tonight. Very, very serious trouble. And I'll show you here in a minute. Atlanta has to run the ball, and they have to use short 5-yarded in passes. Otherwise, trouble.
Do I need to get my over 1.5 interceptions ready to pop, AB?
I would get that ready to go.
Oh, my goodness. All right. I got to send it over to Raphael first while I get my play in. If it's juiced to like what it was this morning, I can't play it, but I'll figure it out. Raphael, when you look at these two, Jalen Hurts, he can put numbers up. He cashed the over 1.5 touchdowns, but those 2 interceptions were bad INTs against the Packers. Your take?
Yeah, they'll scream at me, those 2 INTs, but I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a nice game, even though all his numbers are going down. His passing yards opened up at 246.5, and now it's 225.5. So I don't know why his passing yards are going down. I think he's going to have a nice game through the air. Everyone thinks he's going to be running the ball. I think the air game for the Eagles, the Falcons are going to be the ones that need to run the ball just like ABC. So I think Hurts through the air is the big reason why the Eagles win tonight, not through his legs.
Yeah, a lot of books have different numbers right now. My particular book still has around 229, but it's juiced like plus 120. DG, do you agree with Raphael that tonight the Eagles may attack through the air and surprise all of us?
I think they definitely could, but you also have to look at the other side of the ball as well with the Falcons. I really do think they have a chance to dominate in the air as well. This could be a game that we might look back at and say, hey, both teams should have been running the ball more, and they just didn't. It became kind of a free-flowing game a little bit more. So I look at Atlanta to attack in the air because I think with a guy named Little Ray Ray, I think Ray McLeod could go off tonight, and I have him with some picks a little bit later on.
Are we going to go back to some great 90s movies with some of the great nicknames of all time? All right, AB, I've got it picked. I've got it in my queue, but I got to ask you, minus 150, do I play it or not?
Minus 150 for Kirk Cousins?
Yep.
Nah, hang tight on that. Don't place that. I'm going to show you here in a minute.
All right. Well, I don't want to wait any longer. I'm seeing our beautiful show over here on my big screen TV. And guess what? What I'm getting ready to see here, you guys are going to see right here. Ladies and gentlemen, there's only one. There is not another show, another person anywhere in America that does what he does and breaks it down in almost every single way possible. It hits. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the No-Fly Zone.
Welcome to the No-Fly Zone. As Coach said, now what we do, use tape charts to figure out which quarterbacks are throwing an interception tonight. On the left, you see the Eagles secondary rankings. And my goodness, 7, 4, 8, 2, 9, 6. Welcome to hell, Haas. This is going to be a tough night. The Eagles can play defense with the best of them. But take a look at Kirk Cousins on the right here. This is his passing chart in week 1 against the Steelers. Very safe, keeping it methodical and trying not to throw those picks. Now, he did, all right, to the left-hand side. But you see, only 26 pass attempts, completed 16 of them. Again, it's not terrible. The 2 picks, though, that is trouble. So flip that thing over and take a look. This is where Kirk Cousins is going to be in trouble. All right, deep middle, big trouble. If the Eagles, again, this is the test. Get him to throw over the middle and get him to throw deep. If you could do that, he'll throw interceptions all night long. Also, intermediate left could be trouble throwing across his body as well. And look at that right there in the middle. All right. That's right at the line of scrimmage. Be careful, dude. Kirk Cousins is known for moving a little bit out of the pocket when the pressure comes and just tossing it up. And the Eagles D-line and linebackers, they got hands, son. They could catch. Kirk Cousins is absolutely throwing an interception tonight. Now, flip it over to Jalen Hurts. Take a look at him. See the Falcons secondary rankings? All right. Not great, but there are spots. We've already done Jalen Hurts this year in the game against the Packers. Jalen Hurts in this offense is 10 yards and in. This is him from week 1 against Green Bay. That's what they do. They've done it ever since Jalen Hurts got there. It's a very safe offense. He loves to throw to his left, a little bit to the right, but not much. But again, line of scrimmage, 5 yards, 10 yards. That's where this offense is. That's why I love Jalen Hurts completions tonight, because everything is generally short passing to the left. But look at those red dots right there in the middle. He got the same problem Kirk Cousins does, and that is the battle for Atlanta tonight. Flip that thing over and take a look. 8.3. Look at that deep middle. It is atrocious. We ate off Jalen Hurts interceptions against Green Bay, and we're going to do it again. He throws deep middle, deep right, big trouble. Even deep left, it could be trouble, especially with no A.J. Brown. But take a look at the danger zone. Same thing that we had with Kirk Cousins, okay? Be careful, because look behind the line of scrimmage. He is below league average, throwing essentially to himself right there and right to the right in the flats. Jalen Hurts, this offense is 10 yards and in, to the left, slants, outs, hitches. That's what they do. Watch for that tonight. And he's throwing an interception too.
That is so good. I'm telling you right now, I wish my book, not every book has the same one. I wish my book had the over 1.5 interceptions, because it's such a smart way to play, because both guys threw 2 in the first week, but it could be 2-0 here tonight. By the way, I was just thinking, AB, how much do you think we'd have to pay to use Highway to the Danger Zone from Top Gun to lead into your no-fly zone?
We'll call Jerry Bruckheimer. I think, you know what, he's got enough cash in his pocket. He'll hook us up.
Yeah, guys, go ahead and use it. No issues whatsoever. Thank you, AB. Great job on the no-fly zone. Well, we have just a minute before our next break. We have a couple of questions from the chat. DG, Matt says, what do you guys think of the DK special? Saquon and Bijan to combine for at least 130 yards on the ground. It's boosted to plus 100.
On the ground together? I don't know if I love that as much. 130 is a lot. Like, if you want to say maybe 100 combined, I'm okay with that. But that not for the plus 130, I think you said. No. Or plus 100. No.
Money plus 100.
No.
Raphael, another chat question. Both teams to have a rushing touchdown at plus 160.
I like the plus 160. I can see both of them hitting it, right? Especially when you have a mobile quarterback on one side and then you got Robinson on the other side. So I can see both teams here hitting that one. Plus 160 is a nice number.
Another chat question. AB, this one's interesting. Saquon Barkley plus 210 to catch at least one pass on the first drive.
Okay, so understand that that's a risk. You know what you're getting into. You're truly gambling. I'll bet that. I'm in. I'll gamble that. Yeah.
Me too, damn it. I love fun bets. Until they don't hit, then I'm pissed off. But I love these type of things. It's kind of like the Nerfies. You guys know how much I love Nerfies. No runs in the first inning. If you know, you know I hate them. Stop calling them that. But this is kind of a Nerfie. Is just toss him a little 2-yarder. You know, Saquon. I wonder what his number is to score 3 touchdowns like he did in week 1. I didn't even look at that.
Ooh, I didn't look at it either.
At 3+, maybe 2+, maybe something like that.
We've got 2+ coming up here in just a second.
Yeah.
I don't know what 3+ is, though.
2+ is 280 on DraftKings.
80.
Ugh.
That's next level hosting right there, guys. That's called teasing into a tease, DG. As you're one of my backup hosts, you need to understand what that's all about. Teasing into a tease. It's just what we do at the highest level. You know what I mean? Still to come here on the show, we're going to prop it up. All of my guys, we've got a lot of prop bets for the game tonight. And also, we're looking at some key matchups. Drake London, Devontae Smith. We've got Saquon. We've got Bijan. You better believe it. It's prime time on Stadium. We continue on here on YouTube. And, AB, let's go to the parlays that I'm very interested in on the Eagles side.
Philadelphia Eagles parlays here, brought to you by DraftKings. Use promo code Combine. Okay, first one, Eagles money line, just win the game. Saquon, anytime touchdown. Jalen Hurts, 200+ yards passing, 175. Next one, Eagles -5.5. Saquon anytime TD. Jalen 225 plus in the air, plus 365. And then finally, Eagles -5.5. Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown, meaning he has to do it on the ground. And Jalen Hurts 250 plus passing yards at plus 750. Coach, which way are you going?
Man, I got to go in the middle again. I got to go plus 365. I don't mind laying the 5.5. The reason I didn't go the 751, guys, is I don't like the Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. That, to me, is truly gambling. So I'm going to take it because I like Hurts to throw over 225. Give me the plus 365, AB.
Raphael, where are we going?
I'm swinging again. Give me the plus 750. Eagles -5.5. Hurts anytime touchdown. That's right. He's going to rush for one, and he's going to throw for one, and he's going to throw for over 250. So I'll take the plus 755. I like the Eagles to win tonight.
All right, DG, give us that Shelby County pick right here. What we got?
Live from the Midwest. I'm going to go with the Eagles money line pick there at plus 175. I believe more in Saquon just because of Hurts being able to rely on him early in the season. And then I do not rely on Jalen Hurts to throw the ball much. I think 200 is okay. I'm feeling good there. So at plus 175, I'm good.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to go 365. I like that one. Spread, Saquon, Jalen 225. I'll take that one. That's where we're going.
By the way, AB, we do have a degenerate. His name is John Eccles. He goes, oh, Coach, I took Saquon to catch that pass on the first drive, plus 210. Let's go. And
Yes.
then Joe says, Coach said stop calling it a nerfy, and then he said it's a nerfy. That's the whole joke, Joe. Don't you get me by now? If you know, you know. Come on, kid. Come on. All right, we're rolling through. We are past the bottom of the hour. And ladies and gentlemen, you better have your paper. You better have your pencils. Props are up next. We are back live on Stadium in 5 seconds. We have crossed the bottom of the hour here on Stadium, and thanks for everybody hanging out with us tonight on a Monday night DTL Primetime Live. We are live every primetime night, unless we're preempted, and we'll let you know that on social media. All right, it's time to prop it up. This is the section of the show where we throw all of our prop bets into it. And AB, I want to start with you because with A.J. Brown out tonight, maybe a little more control from Jalen Hurts, which could lead to what?
Could lead to completions. We're going to take Jalen Hurts over 20.5 completions at -120. You saw his chart there. The Eagles offense since the day he arrived has been 10 yards in and mostly throwing to his left. Add in a running back in Saquon Barkley now who can absolutely catch the ball. Yes, going over 20.5 completions. And I'll tell you this, if the Falcons defense stops the run, sells out, which would be smart, force Jalen to beat him in the air, he will throw it 50 times tonight. I like that one. And then Kirk Cousins, Jalen Hurts, over 1.5 interceptions at plus 130. I got this at BetMGM. Yes, if you parlayed Kirk to throw one and Jalen to throw one, it's around 275.
Why did you tell me that 10 minutes ago? I can do that, AB. Come on.
Well, and yeah, I'll tell you, for anybody that's brand new, all right, with over 1.5, doesn't have to be both of them. Cousins could throw 2, we hit it. Jalen could throw 2, we hit it. So doesn't have to be both of them. Just need 2 total.
You just took my high and it just went way down to a low. You're right. I forgot about that. All right, I'm going to have to think about it. I've got about 20 minutes at the end of the show before the game starts to really hone in. Liddy showed up late. He pulled a DG. He says, I'm ready, logged in to get my picks in. Well, you missed the no-fly zone, Liddy, so you missed a lot, big boy. All right, so we go from AB down to DG. You're up.
Let's go with some Ray tonight. Ray McLeod over 26.5 receiving yards. Listen, I love Ray tonight. His speed can be a killer to that Eagles defense. And so we're going to go ahead and look at him to get 27 or more. And if you want to get crazy, go ahead and go to 50-plus receiving yards. I think that's at plus 380 on MGM that I saw. Then we're going to go Dallas Goedert over 42.5 receiving yards. This number has moved around between 39 to 44 all day, back and forth. Kind of settled in the middle for the show, but going against an Atlanta team who gives up a lot of receiving yards to the tight end, we're going to go with Dallas Goedert here. He needs a check down other than Saquon, so that's why we're going to go with that. And then Caden Ellis, over 7.5 tackles plus assists at -115. The simple reason, he is the play caller on the defensive end, but also he played 100% of the snaps last game. they're going to want to get the ball. The Eagles are wanting to get the ball out into the flats more. They're not going to be able to extend the ball as deep down the field. And so I expect Caden Ellis to be everywhere. So I'm going to go Caden Ellis over 7.5 tackles plus assist at -115.
I like those a lot. Michael says, AB, you know that's going to cash before halftime, your interception prop. You're probably right.
Let's hope so.
we sure as hell hope so. Real quick, Big Chuck is on Jalen Hurts over 30.5 rushing yards. In a lot of places now, it's gone up to 40. Some places even 41. Big Z, Kirk Cousins over 1.5 passing touchdowns tonight, and Saquon over 16.5. I played that earlier today. Receiving yards -120. They're going to use him in really important spots. I think Barkley's very, very happy there in Philadelphia. Raphael, my numbers guy, you got 4 big plays. Talk to me.
Yeah, with Zaslow's Kirk Cousins over touchdown passes, that means Bijan Robinson is going to catch a screen pass and he's going to go and score a touchdown. That's why I like his over rushing and receiving yards at 101.5. We'll lay the nickel on that one. I just think he has a big game on the ground and in the air. And then we're going to Coolville today. That's right, Coolville. We're going to over 1.5 field goals minus the nickel. I think he has a big game with his leg. I think the Falcons are going to score some points. That's why I like the team total over. So I think Coolville kick some points for us and gets cash us a ticket. And then we're going with Jalen Hurts. This number's been wacky. Opened up at 226. I posted at 230.5. Now it's 225.5. This number's all over the place. I think Jalen Hurts has a good game in the air, not in his legs, in the air. So I really like this one. His last game, he threw for 278 yards, and that one opened up at 246. So I think he has a big game. And then Kyle Pitts, 50-plus receiving yards, plus 120. I just like the plus 120. I think we're going to see a lot of short passes from Atlanta. So I think the tight end is going to be wide open in the middle for short passes. I think he has a lot of receptions. His receptions is 3.5. I think that one goes over. I didn't want to lay the juice at -140. So I like Kyle Pitts to have a big game.
You're starting a movement, Raphael, and I don't know how I like it. Jared says, I'm taking that Coolville ticket straight to the pay window. But here's the problem, Raphael. When you do it, then you forget where you're going after you do it because you're so proud of yourself that you came up with a new branded name at DTL. Do you agree with that?
Yes, but I'm excited for Christmas coming too. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, we got to do some key matchups. AB, go, babe.
Yeah, real quick. Just wanted to say, with A.J. Brown out, watch out for a tight end named Grant Calcaterra, okay? Just look out for him. Big body guy, good hands, played with Jalen Hurts at Oklahoma. They understand each other. One guy down in AJ, he might use him tonight. Just putting that out there.
What's that name again?
Grant Calcaterra.
Grant Calcaterra. I wonder if are there any props out there for him?
AB only likes him because he's a big body guy.
Big body, big wide. That's how we do it. Swingers.
Well, I know there's some big time running backs. I'm not even touching that one. It's time to look at key matchups tonight. And there are 2 studs that run it out of the backfield for Atlanta and for Philadelphia. Bijan on one side, Saquon on the other. Here are their numbers according to DraftKings. AB, what do you see?
Well, I see expensive to play either of these guys on an anytime touchdown, but their numbers are pretty similar. All right. And you see almost 70 yards for Bijan, 76.5 for Saquon. Books expect some running the football tonight. And look at those attempts as well. That's a ton of them. However, that longest rush, be careful for Bijan. He could crush 15.5 on that longest run.
He really, really could. By the way, I'm looking at those anytime touchdown numbers. Soupy tried to turn Saquon in yesterday. I don't know. He just tried to do it at -180. I don't know what it was. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. DG, when you look at these 2 studs, my goodness, this is about as good when they're healthy a matchup as we could ever have in the league.
I think both of these running backs are 2 of the best, if not the 2 best, other than CMC. You have to look at both of these guys. The numbers are crazy, just like AB was discussing. I don't know what you play. You have to play the receiving yards, in my opinion, for Saquon. I think that's the only really look you can get. The rushing yards, I'm going to stay away from me personally because I think this game could be a lot of dump outs So it might be something to look at with Bijan on his receiving yards. And so I think it's a stay away on the rushing side, but I think the receiving side could be really big for both these guys.
I like that play with Bijan in the air. Raphael, to you.
I agree. That's why I have his rushing and receiving yards. But minus 130 anytime touchdown from Bijan is not a bad number. I know you see that minus 130, you're like, ooh, it looks juicy. But if you kind of look at it, he didn't have a touchdown last week. They're probably going to focus him. And dump passes, like I said before, between Pitts and Bijan with the screen pass could be very beneficial if the Eagles or if the Falcons want to steal this road game. So minus 130 is really not that bad. Anything above minus 130, I would probably lay off. But we lay baseball games at minus 130 all the time.
That's a good point. That's a good point. By the way, Michael loves the rushing and receiving that you gave out, Raphael. So well done. A lot of people in the chat agree with you. All right, let's flip it over to the wideouts. No A.J. Brown tonight. So Devontae Smith, the diminutive one, he walked in tonight, and in his suit, he looked like he weighed like $130. But this brother can play out of Alabama. There are his numbers on the right. And then this morning on the morning show, AB, somebody said, what? No Drake London? We got Drake London tonight. What do you see?
If the Eagles sell out to stop Bijan Robinson and force Kirk Cousins to beat them in the air, Drake London is going to get a ton of looks. I think Kyle Pitts gets even more, but Drake London will get shots there. I like the over 4.5 receptions because there's a great chance that Atlanta is playing from behind tonight.
Over 4.5. I'm playing it live right now. I got it. It's a little juicy for me. I got it at minus 135, AB. Would you still play that?
Yeah, I mean, that's juicy for sure. And I don't know if you could move that to 5.5. Raphael was talking about that earlier.
I think it's a live play.
Yep.
At the book that I use, AB, which may or may not be in the continental United States, it's really you can't do that. You know what I mean? Yep. DG coming over to you, California. Let's get it going. DG, can we come over to you? You see these two guys. I want to play Devontae so terribly badly, but then I say to myself, well, they're going to double team him. So let me go to Dallas Goedert. But there's been a lot of games in the last couple of years that when A.J. Brown is out, Devontae figures out a way to have a big-time game. What do you see tonight with these two?
I think Devontae, I would play him over Drake London if I had to choose between the two guys tonight. Drake London had 3 targets last game, 3. That's it. That scares me a lot. I like Drake London. He's fine, but I think he's the guy for Atlanta. Devontae Smith, he is the other guy now on the other side of the ball. I think with Smith, I think he can take the top off. And so that in the end, that's who I would rely on. If anything, I probably want to sprinkle the 2 touchdowns for Devontae Smith just because I like the number and it gives me something to cheer for. Plus 900 is fun.
That is fun. And AB, what do you say when you want to? That's gambling, Hoss. What do you always say?
No, you're right. That is gambling. Dude, that's old school Vegas gambling right there. Meet me at Binions.
Oh man.
Oh, great prime rib at Binions.
Great. Yes. Oh yes, you're 100% right.
Sorry.
Is it
always
still
food.
open? Is Binions still open?
No.
Been closed for a minute, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, back in the day, you get it for $9.99. You play some Pie Gal poker for 27 hours straight. May or may not have done that on my first trip when I was 19, but hey, that was a long time ago, like 10, 11 years ago. Gentlemen, well done on the key matchups. Well done on the props. Hopefully, all of you had your paper and your pencil because we're not going over them again. Why are we not? Well, gentlemen, I see 3 guys tonight that when I look at you, I see party animals. I see guys that on a Monday night, because in my old world of the WWE, it didn't matter the night. We brought the party, even on Mondays after Raw. And that's what DTL is about to do. So somebody, I just have a gut. Somebody is getting into the club tonight. And somewhere Seabass, reveling in his newfound fame with Stadium Eats, is going to be ticked off. We are back on Stadium. We're doing the gym. Next, right here on a Monday night on Primetime Live. All right, we continue on our YouTube page. And AB, we've got a lot of degenerates out there that simply cannot wait for a full game bet to cash. So what do we got for the good people tonight?
Let's take a look here at the first half, all right? You're going Falcons plus 3.5, minus 120. Falcons team total over 9.5, minus 120. Or look at the Eagles, plus money there on minus 3.5. Or the Eagles team total over 12.5. That one's juicy. Coach, which one do you like here?
I've got to go with the team total over 12.5. I hit it last night with the Texans kicking that long field goal at the end of the first half. I'm going to go team total over 12.5. And I think they could get this in the first quarter, to be honest.
They could. Their defense could score it as well. Raphael, what do you got?
I agree. I like the Eagles team total over 12.5 minus 130. And I think maybe why I like this, because that's maybe how I'm going to get in the club tonight.
Ooh, all right, little preview there. DG, give us that 901. What up?
I'm going to go Falcons over 9.5, the total team there. But if I had to go off the board, I know you didn't ask, but I'm going to go off the board. The second quarter only over 13.5 points combined. I think both teams could have a big second quarter.
Second quarter, historically, the highest scoring quarter in NFL games. I like that one. That's a good one. Say that one again. What is it?
It's the second quarter over 13.5 combined points. That's at plus 105 on MGM.
Yeah, I like that a lot because, unfortunately, what we saw last night, you get a lot of drives that are right there in the red zone, the end of the first quarter, and then the beginning of the second quarter go right in. Coach, what do you think?
Well, I think that we are getting very close to game time. I feel like we've hit about every single bet. I feel like we've had a ton of fun. I feel like we have a big audience, and I feel like somebody is going to be talking trash tonight. And Prezant says, Peyton and Eli, the only good way to watch Monday Night Football? Well, all I know is they had their lowest rating in their history. What do we always say, guys? You put up a gambling feed, a betting feed, that's how you get ratings. Not with Eli and Peyton, as much as I love them. All right, it's just about that time. We're back on Stadium in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back to DTL Primetime Live on Stadium with me and my crew, AB, my numbers guy, Raphael, and playing hurt tonight, DG, not about to miss our show. As we look ahead, Thursday Night Football, also on Prime Video. Well, guess who else is on Prime Video? We are. I'm watching this right now on my big screen right next to me. And AB on Thursday, this one's interesting because these are two 1-1 teams. Jets, they beat your Titans yesterday by 7, and the Patriots lost in overtime, or they would be 2-0. According to DraftKings, 5.5, the Patriots. If you want them on the money line, how about plus 200? The total of 45.5. What do you make of Jacoby Brissett coming to Aaron Rodgers' house?
I like the under in this game. I just watched the Jets play against the Titans. We hit the under at 41.5, and Will Levis was throwing interceptions all over the place, right? The Jets offense is getting better, and I got to give credit to Aaron Rodgers, man. When he threw his first touchdown pass as a Jet against Tennessee, the dude was fired up, man, right? Like, he was fired up. So, I like the under. I just like the under in this game.
It feels like the only thing you can play, DG. These guys have 3 days rest. There's a lot of old dudes on both teams. They're going to be sore still. That 45.5 feels like a big number for these two teams.
Yeah, the 45.5 would be the play I would go for. But honestly, give me that Patriots plus 200 on the money line. I think this team is just kind of, as my grandma would say, they're ornery enough to, I think, to cash that. So we're going to go with the Patriots there at that plus 200 on the money line.
Oh, my grandma, she grew up on a farm too. She loved the word ornery. She would have called Raphael ornery too. Raphael, what do you see on the look ahead for Thursday Night Football?
My grandma just used a wooden spoon, but that's a different subject. This total is now 37.5. I was a troubled kid, always wanted to gamble. And now the number is 6. If you like the Jets, I would say hurry up and get this because this will be 7 by kickoff. If you like the Patriots like DG, I say wait. We could probably see an early 7 before Thursday morning comes out because I think the public's going to be all over the Jets in this game.
All right. I have a feeling too. A lot of people
That was a ton of movement.
Right? Right?
What the hell just happened?
That's the same thing too. All right. Now, by the way, on our morning show every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we have some type of football talk every single day. without fail. We'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow morning as well. So check us out on Stadium, but also you OGs like it on the YouTube plays so you guys can chat away and give us such a big live number. Now, we have arrived, ladies and gentlemen, at the most fun segment on any show in the world before an NFL primetime game. And it's not close. This is what we call the gym. Why, you ask? Well, it was named a long time ago. It doesn't matter why. It just is. Now, you can't pick a Saquon at plus 300 or a Bijan at plus 450. You got to make it hard on yourself. But if you do, the spoils can be absolutely amazing. It's got to be plus 1,000 or higher to be able to participate. Nobody has cashed yet, except for our girl Tina, a member of the OG crew. So, AB, I'm coming over to you first because you know our rules. Whoever gets in gets to go first. You're the biggest of our OGs, so you get to go first till somebody hits. What do you like tonight?
Thank you, Coach. All right, Tina, what I need you to do, because you're already in the club, is save me a seat and order me a Bombay Sapphire and Tonic, because I'll see you here pretty soon. I'm taking Kyle Pitts plus 1,500. Let me tell you a little story about Kirk Cousins. In the red zone, he is lethal. His last full season, 23 tutties, only 2 interceptions. My man throws touchdown passes down there. Kyle Pitts going to get some work tonight. Give me Pitts.
I would love to see Raphael try to use the word tutties in a sentence while he's giving out a take. It would just be hilarious. So just go ahead and try it sometime, Raphael. Not right now, but sometime. I'm shocked that Kyle Pitts is plus 1,500. I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked he's plus 1,500. But the books believe the Eagles will score first. That's why he's at that number. All right. DG, you have been all over you some Ray all night, and the chat is catching on. They want some Ray tonight, too. And at that number, you be talking some serious trash. Explain yourself.
All right, listen, sit around. Let's have a little Ray story time. So Kirk Cousins is going to hand the ball off to Bijan, give him a 9-yard run. We're going to be at the 47-yard line. Second one, and then he pulls back and throws a beautiful touchdown pass to Ray McLeod. And we're going to get into the club, and we're going to be dancing all night with Tina. We're going to have us a good time. So we're going to go Ray plus 4,000. We're going to be in the club tonight. I'm feeling it. Feeling a little Ray.
I hope Tina's been vaccinated if you're going to be in the club tonight, big boy. That would suck. You get into the club when you have COVID, so you can't actually go. That would really suck. I kind of hope you get in, to be honest with you, because Tina will be all alone once again. All right. DG has gone. AB has gone. Producer man, the effervescent one that we never get to see. AB, he likes Kenneth Gainwell tonight at plus 2,500. Give me a reason that this could hit for producer man tonight.
Because Kenneth Gainwell can do it on the ground and in the air. I like this play. It's sneaky good. And we got to give shout out Curtis in the chat. He's also in the club. And Grant Calcaterra is plus 6,500 to get the first TD. But no, producer man, that's a great pick, dude. Gainwell sneaky good.
Jared, by the way, says, I got to sprinkle on that kid, Ray. Now you're starting a movement, DG. You're starting a movement. All right.
Hey, just like Ray, we got a little Kenneth Gainwell. Oh, he played for the University of Memphis. A little love.
Memphis
for the
State.
Midwest.
A little love. Cashing that plus 7 last Saturday for sure. All right, Raphael, leave it to you to get a little bit fancy here. But as I'm seeing it in my head, AB said earlier that Kirk Cousins loves to fumble the football. This could be fumble, scoop, score, Raphael, club. I can see it. Explain yourself.
AB also said that Kirk Cousins is brilliant in the red zone, but not on Monday Night Football. He isn't. So I see him throwing a pick, and it's a run back for a defensive touchdown. So Tina, give me a rum and Coke at the bar. Can you make sure to put the channels on Monday Night Raw on TV at the club? Because I like to watch wrestling when I'm drinking, when I'm popping bottles. So I'll be at the club of a defensive touchdown tonight.
By the way, I'm not done. You guys think I'm done working? And I still got the last word after Monday Night Raw tonight. Who are you guys talking to? All right, last play. And I'll be honest with you. I'm going with the same guy I went with on night number 1, the very first Friday night game. Because without A.J. Brown, how did you guys let this guy slide through the cracks? I got Dallas Goedert, the big tight end. They're going to get down to the 12 or 15. I'm like, rinse and repeat. Let's go down, turn around, get that butt out, and get those hands out like this and say, throw me the rock. And Jalen Hurts throws him the rock. And then I'll be dancing in my living room, maybe doing a little Justin Jefferson, maybe the little Ray, maybe the little Shay. Who knows? But I will be relentless tomorrow morning. You all better hope, AB, hope that Dallas Goedert does not score the first touchdown of the game tonight, sir.
I'm ready for it. Somebody's getting in here pretty soon.
I hope.
Let me say this.
Happen.
Yeah, let me tell you this. All right, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, he used to have a serious interception problem in the red zone until he started running it. Last year, he had 15 rushing touchdowns in the red zone. Yeah, watch out for that tonight. If he can't run it, he could get into trouble.
I may have to call an audible. If we get to like week 5 or week 6 and nobody hits, we may have to let the entire crew play every single night so we have like 7 or 8 picks instead of 4 or 5. I don't know. We're going to let her ride out a little bit because somebody's got to celebrate.
Tina's lonely in there by herself.
She's very lowly. The lights are dim. You know, she's drinking out of the bottle.
Yeah, it's not fair. She's covering all the tabs and tips by herself. We need somebody to come and help her out, dude.
Tina's spending a fortune in the
I know. I got you, Tina. Give me 20 minutes.
All right, everybody. What a good time we have every single primetime night. We thank you so much for watching, whether it's on YouTube or on Stadium. Of course, thank you very much for finding us on Amazon Prime Video. Now it's time to go enjoy the game and understand this. There is only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire crew, love them all. PG, Raphael, AB, producer man, I'm the coach. Enjoy your game. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. on DTL.